Coming up on Grady Newsource Live at 5, a live report on an FDA warning about certain eye drops, how an entrepreneur seeking to help her sick mother created a natural alternative to harmful skincare products, and a preview of a grocery store opening up soon in Athens that wants people to shop more locally. These stories and more coming up on Grady Newsource Live at 5.
This is Northeast Georgia's only local source for TV news. From the Grady College of the University of Georgia, this is Grady Newsource.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Grady Newsource. I'm Olivia Podas. We begin tonight with an FDA recall of eye drops at several major retailers due to a risk of possible eye infections. Grady Newsource reporter Alex Scott has more on why these products may be harmful to consumers.
Several major retail brands are clearing the shelves after the Federal Drug Administration issues a nationwide warning for consumers to not purchase certain eye drops at select retail stores due to the risk of potential eye infection. Investigators found unsanitary conditions and positive bacterial tests inside the manufacturing facility. Stores like Walmart, CVS, and Target are among the long list of retailers who have been named.
I came here to buy eye drops and I had no idea about the recall. I'm so thankful somebody told me. I really hope they get fixed soon.
However, the FDA wants people to be aware that products with the brands Leader, Rugby, and Velocity may still be available to purchase and should be avoided in-store and online. The FDA says these products are intended to be sterile, recommending that manufacturers recall all lots of the product.
All eye drops have to be sterile, and in this case, these eye drops were noted to have potentially some bacterial growth. So it could create some issues if you were using those eye drops.
The FDA says they have not yet received any report of eye infections associated with these products at this time, but is encouraging consumers to simply not purchase the product at this time or throw them out. I'm Alex Scott, Grady Newsource.
November 7th is approaching fast, and as we prepare for elections in Athens and surrounding counties, people are casting early ballots till November 3rd. Grady Newsource reporter Ethan Wells visited the Oconee County Administrative Building to give us more on their election and where people can vote.
Hello, I'm Ethan Wells, and I'm standing outside the Oconee County Administrative Building with a sample ballot in my hand because early voting is taking place here right now, and there are 3 positions on the ballot for the city of Watkinsville. The first is the mayoral race. Incumbent Brian Broderick is running for this position unchallenged. Post 1 and Post 2 on the City Council are also up for grabs. Post 1 has incumbent Chuck Garrett running against challenger Rebecca Billings, and Post 2 is a race between the incumbent Connie Massey and challenger Caroline Maltzby. People can early vote here at the Oconee County Administrative Building, located at 7635 Macon Highway in Watkinsville, Georgia, and they can vote until 5 p.m. on Friday, November 3rd. The election will take place on November 7th, and for those who are not early voting, you will be able to vote at the Watkinsville City Hall. Ethan Wells, Grady Newsource.
Grady Newsource will have special coverage of the elections next week from Athens and the surrounding counties. We will have a reporter covering each county, giving information on what you need to know before voting. And then on Wednesday, we will have live coverage on the latest results. We hope you join us. With the Day of the Dead holiday starting today, UGA Presence is having a concert at the Hodges Concert Hall tonight. Grady Newsource reporter William Daughtry is live there now. What do you see, Will?
Hey Olivia, in about 2 hours at 7:30 p.m., Mariachi Sol de Mexico de Jose Hernandez, a mariachi band based out of Los Angeles County, will be performing here at Hodgson Concert Hall. As you can see, there are a few people walking here, but it will liven up very quickly. Day of the Dead is a holiday primarily celebrated in Mexico that is known for its bright colors, intricate celebrations, and the honoring of dead loved ones. Itzel Franco, the vice president of the Hispanic Student Association, explains what the holiday means to her.
Okay, Day of the Dead, or Dia de los Muertos, is basically a day of remembrance and celebration of, family, friends who have passed. And it's really kind of, I would say, more so a celebration than remembrance. It's a celebration of life, and just a reminder that, you don't live forever. but you still stay in people's hearts and minds forever. But Day of the Dead is just a really beautiful celebration.
And with the mariachi band coming into town, Franco plans on attending in celebration.
The concert tonight is going to be so amazing. Mariachi music, it just touches your soul. I believe that. The trumpet, just everything about it is just amazing, and I'm so excited to go. Excited.
According to Franco, the day is filled with festivities designed to make peace with the thought of death and celebrate life. Day of the Dead will be celebrated through tomorrow, and in just a few short hours, the band will begin to perform. A ticket booth worker told me that they are almost sold out of tickets and that the prices range from $30 to $65 or $10 if you're a student. Reporting on campus, William Daughtry, Grady Newsource. Back to you in the studio, Olivia.
Thank you, Will. Today marks All Saints' Day, which is celebrated annually on November 1st. This is a significant holy day in the Catholic Church dedicated to honoring all the saints who have attained heaven. On this day, people visit graves and light candles in remembrance of their loved ones who passed away. With the Day of the Dead holiday starting today, UGA Presence is having a concert tonight, which you can check that out later. Here at Grady Newsource, we have a large team working to make this show happen. Reporter Ben Padavina brings us into the control room to meet members of our technical team.
You may be watching a smooth show right now, but there's a lot going on behind the scenes here at Grady Newsource to get that show to you. Our technical team works on show days to get all the kinks worked out in order to produce exactly what you're seeing. We're now taking you behind the scenes to meet the people who make this show work.
So I'm here to kind of help run the equipment in the control room and master control, run cables and set up equipment and make sure everything is good to go for the two shows that happen, News Source and Sports Source, and anything else that goes on here at Grady.
I guess my main job is to talk with the producer and make sure that everything that they want visually, we can make happen technically. So it's just communicating and making sure that like everyone's vision is communicated and can come together. And I make sure we have enough volunteers ready. I make sure everyone's making their scripts correctly and putting stuff in right. And just overall making sure all the technical things are working.
Going out on live shots, I think is more interesting. Well, it can be more interesting than being here in the studio because you get to like actually work one-on-one with like setting up a camera and stuff. And I think, and it also you feel like more like involved in what story's taking place. I think that like is what makes the live shots so valuable for the show.
Honestly, it's getting to get to know people in Grady and people within the major, people within the college, and really just making those connections. We have so much fun in here, like before show, as the show is happening, and we get to celebrate all together when it goes really well. And so it's been really fun to get to make those connections.
For Grady Newsource, I'm Ben Padavina.
Coming up, we learn about a local grocery store owned by a UGA alum, a local business owner that sells natural skincare products that aren't harmful to the skin, and we can take a look at what our Grady Newsource tech team does behind the scenes.
During high school, I hung with the wrong crowd and I never graduated.
I helped Santiago in many different ways, like all fathers do, because he always wanted to go to college.
I felt a little embarrassed to come back to school, but eventually once I came here, I knew that it's for a bigger goal.
He was very dedicated, hardworking. He connected with his teachers, he connected with other students. That was one of the key reasons why he was able to keep forging ahead.
It was amazing to see him graduate. This was one thing that meant so much to him, and of course, it meant so much to us too.
With the help of my father and having my son, that was all the motivation that I needed. That support is everything.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
I think I'll finally found.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey Mason.
Hey Mason.
Got a new house. It's looking pretty cool so far. A place that I call home.
I'm teaching Louise how to cook some lasagna.
It only takes a spark to make a fire start.
Thank you.
Study, please.
I think I finally found a place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
A new approach to skincare is being made in Northeast Georgia. Grady Newsource reporter Hadia Williams tells us more about how a small business is providing alternatives to common remedies.
Jessica McMahon measures ingredients as she prepares an all-natural lotion. She developed this solution after her mother lost her lymph nodes to cancer 5 years ago.
If anything sits on your skin for a minimum of 30 seconds, it goes into your bloodstream and is filtered through your lymph node.
She has now developed her own chemical-free brand, Jessica Lynn Creations, into a small business selling products like lotions, lip balms, and bath bombs in stores and farmers markets and online.
I created an Etsy shop, but there wasn't a lot of traffic first starting out. And I started, the first market I ever did was the Flowery Branch Farmers Market. And I started going there every week, just getting my name out, putting my name out there.
Customers have expressed their experiences with the product, with many praising its sensitivity.
I thought they were incredible. I still use them to this day. Number one, I like that they're natural. I love all the different scents that she has.
In the development of a natural skincare line such as this one, along with the positives come some limitations. The development of allergies is one that some experts note.
The number one allergen, that goes into our skin is actually natural products. And that's just because those proteins are natural, proteins, and so they can enter the skin differently than, some of the chemicals as well.
Through these limitations, the positive effects continue to shine through.
I think that the conceptual idea is a good one, and we're getting that more and more in sort of everything. And it seems like that in life right now with sort of organic foods and things like that. Where we're noticing that sort of the less chemical standpoint of things is better.
Hadia Williams, Grady Newsource.
A new grocery store called the Prince Market will have its grand opening on November 13th. Grady Newsource reporter Kelsey Ball gives us a preview of the market.
Prince Market had a soft launch this week before its upcoming opening day. All of the produce is fresh from local farms and are non-GMO.
Yeah, so we do groceries. We have a deli. We sell pizzas, sandwiches, subs, salads, and we have Starbucks coffee.
Patel says the prices are affordable and lower than most grocery stores.
Students, that's why they've created a plan for college students to be able to use their dining dollars for groceries.
A dining dollar is part of the UGA meal plan. With the dining dollars, you can eat outside of the traditional dining halls and use it at 20 retail locations to buy groceries, allow students to get access to fresh food.
If you look within the next 7 miles of here, there's no grocery store. And then Athens is a busy street, and then the closest one is down that way towards Alps, which with traffic it'll probably take like 30 minutes just to go down the street.
We've gotten in this area. I mean, there's a lot of restaurants, but there's no grocery store. There's the Target downtown, but this has been really great for.
The grand opening will take place on November 13th. For Grady Newsource, live at 5, I'm Kelsey Ball.
The University of Georgia's Homecoming Week is up and running with festivities every day. Newsource reporter Gabby Kanzian chats with students about the exciting week.
It's homecoming for the University of Georgia. A variety of events are scheduled all week long. Tonight, there will be a movie screening on the field in Sanford Stadium. Tomorrow, the University Union is holding a homecoming carnival at Legion Field, starting at 7 p.m. Homecoming parade will take place Friday in downtown Athens. The homecoming activities ends here in Sanford Stadium when Georgia takes on number 12 Missouri. The announcement of the homecoming king and queen will be during halftime of the football game. The students and community are excited to set the mood for the busy weekend.
Game days, typically we have a line that wraps around basically the whole store, so I imagine about that length, maybe even longer.
I'm excited to go to the carnival and the game.
Okay, I'm excited for the game, and I know that there's like a movie night tonight, right? I'm excited for that. Yeah.
Gabby Kanzian, Grady Newsource.
A little bit more information about homecoming this week. The 2023 UGA Homecoming Court voting is now open, where you can vote for homecoming king and queen on the Envelope Network. Voting closes this Friday at noon, while homecoming week is capped off by Saturday's football game between the Bulldogs and the Missouri Tigers. Moving around the studio, as it is now November, we are approaching a very important event. Joe Kopshow, you are on weather today. We are going straight to you for insight.
Thank you, Olivia. It is that time of year when the leaves are falling, and you know that means there is one super exciting thing that's coming up, a time change. While Georgia passed a law in 2021 to make standard time permanent, without national congressional approval, you will still need to set your clocks an hour back this week. Daylight savings creates more sunlight time after the typical workday, unless your typical workday involves being live at 5 p.m. right here at Grady Newsource. The official time to set clocks to the standard time is at 2 a.m. on November 5th, but I promise no one will judge you if you don't stay up late and do it Saturday night so you can fully maximize that gained hour of sleep. Coming up, we take a look at the UGA club hockey team as well as the rankings for the UGA football team.
Pretty cool things in their 40s and 50s. Why should saving for retirement be any different? I mean, they go back to college, learn new instruments, start skateboarding. Okay, maybe that one's not for everybody, but saving for retirement is. With aceyourretirement.org, you can get on track with your retirement savings no matter your age. Just have a 3-minute chat with Avo, the friendly digital retirement coach from AARP. You'll get personalized recommendations based on your input that are easy to understand and work with your lifestyle. It's quick, easy, and free. Plus, it's sponsored by AARP, so you know they got your back.
Woohoo! Gnarly move, Dad.
Thanks, sweetie.
So wherever you are in your retirement savings journey, head to aceyourretirement.org and start chatting with Avo today. That's aceyourretirement.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. It's time to start saving now. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Visit aceyourretirement.org.
Good evening, I'm Gabby Kanzian and I will be your sports anchor for the evening. Let's have a look into what's going on in the world of sports. Starting off, the Bulldogs are back at home this Saturday at 3:30 p.m. The Dogs have just lowered a rank and are now number 2 according to the College Football Playoff rankings. The CFP rankings put Missouri at number 12. In the professional world of football, the Falcons are switching it up. Desmond Ridder is no longer the starter for the Falcons, and Taylor Heineke will take start against the Vikings on Sunday. Heineke made his first appearance with the Falcons on Sunday, completing 12 of 21 passes for 175 yards and 1 touchdown. The UGA club hockey team is having Pink the Rink this Friday against the University of Alabama, Huntsville in Cumming, Georgia. The Ice Dogs are partnering with Bulldogs battling breast cancer, and all proceeds will go to the charity. On Sunday, they are playing against Georgia Tech for the Battle of Georgia in the Gas South Arena. I got a chance to catch up with the Ice Dogs president, Robbie Whitwer, about what he expects of this weekend. Let's have a listen.
Well, I think that they should both be wins, first of all. I think that Huntsville's got a lot better of a team this year, but like I said, should still be a win. And then Georgia Tech, we actually played them a couple months ago and took care of business, but that game's always a big one. We always have it circled on our calendar. I think they bring their best game just like we do, but should be a Dogs win, hopefully.
The Ice Dogs are ranked 7th in all of AAU college hockey. Their season goes through March and their games are available for streaming on YouTube. Getting to baseball, in the World Series, the Texas Rangers are up 3-1 in the series against the Diamondbacks. The D-backs can't seem to clinch a win besides the Game 2 destruction of the Rangers. Texas only needs to secure one more win to take home the Commissioner's Trophy. That's all for sports. Coming up after the break, we learn about the freeze warning in Georgia and the weather forecast for homecoming this weekend. I'm Gabby Canteen, and you're watching Grady Newsource live at 5.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
You're home before sunrise. On top of the house, the kids, and our future. The smell of your cooking is our alarm clock. My Shiro's day is never done. So let's start saving a little more now so we can feel prepared for retirement. A free 3-minute online chat can give us the personalized tips we need so we can live our lives to the fullest. Visit aceyourretirement.org.
Julie was always a voracious reader. She'd carry 2 novels on an airplane because she'd read one on a 3-4 hour ride. And at some point, I began to notice that she would read a page and couldn't remember what she had just read, and she'd have to go back and read it again.
I don't remember much these days after I read, but less does for me and I love it.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. Alright, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight, both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back, because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
Welcome back to Grady Newsource. I'm Joe Copshow with your weather for today. As we wrap up today, it seems as though fall has hit full force, which is something I frankly did not know that could happen in the state of Georgia. We had a high of 55 and we'll have a low in the 30s tonight, maybe even 20s. So grab an extra blanket as we will be in a freeze warning. Now, taking a look at the 5-day forecast, you will see temperatures begin to rise. Tomorrow we will be in the high 50s while climbing into the mid 60s on Friday, with sunny skies across both days. And if you have weekend plans, it's seemingly the perfect weekend for it, as it looks beautiful with temperatures in the mid 70s and the same sunny skies. As we had our first freeze warning of the changing season last night and another one upcoming tonight, it's important to know what these alerts really mean. A freeze warning is issued when significant widespread freezing temperatures are expected. On the other hand, a freeze watch is an indication that those same temperatures are coming in a short amount of time. There's no difference between a warning and a watch in terms of severity. They both just mean that the temperature will widely drop below 32 degrees. These alerts are a sign that you might want to bring in your favorite animal, prep your pipes, and most importantly, if you hate the cold like I do, safely warm up your car. Also, when you see a freeze watch, it means you have a little bit more time to prepare, so make sure your house and car are adequately insulated and safety kits for the weather ahead. And if Georgia weather is not confusing enough, there's a red flag warning, also known as a fire warning, in effect until 8 p.m. tonight. A red flag warning indicates a combination of very low humidity and strong winds that make fire spread more rapidly. The warning indicates to control your burning and does not indicate a higher likelihood of non-human fires. That's all for your weather today. Make sure to stay warm. And from Grady Newsource, I'm Joe Copshow. After the break, we'll share more on how to get involved in this year's holiday Parade of Lights in downtown Athens. You're watching Grady Newsource live at 5.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
You know, a lot of people say, when you're going somewhere, you don't want to look back. But I beg to differ. For her to see her father celebrate his graduation, it's the best feeling in the world. I can't lie and say it was easy. But sometimes you just have to stop everything and take it in. I looked at everything in a different light. I realized it started with me going back and getting my high school diploma.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
At the Athens Clarke County Library, an Abbott Bookshop will be hosting an event tomorrow called The Ghost Stories for the Day of the Dead, where author Tracy Adkins will discuss her books Ghost of Asheville and Ghost of Athens and beyond. And if you like to monkey around, Mickey Dolenz, a former member of the pop rock group The Monkees, will be hosting an in-store gathering at Wuxtree Records, downtown Athens, on Friday, November 3rd from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. He will be making a launch of his forthcoming EP titled Dolenz Sings REM, which releases on the same day. Wuxtree Records is historically renowned for gathering the place of the 1980s rock band REM, and it has had a significant impact on the music culture here in Athens. In attendance of the event, Athens Mayor Kelly Gertz, who is a former DJ, will present Mickey Dolenz with a key to the city. Now we head to downtown Athens. I am now joined by Grady Newsource reporter Sailor Betts with more on how the upcoming holiday season. Sailor, what is the latest in downtown Athens?
Well, Olivia, if you've ever watched a parade filled with lights and holiday spirit and wondered, how do I get involved? This might be your chance. I got to talk to the Athens Clarke County Leisure Services Department on how to get involved. It's been yesterday, but it's already beginning to look a lot like the holiday season in Athens. Today marks less than 1 week to apply for participation in this year's holiday Downtown Parade of Lights. The parade is hosted by the Athens Clarke County Leisure Services Department and will run rain or shine. The parade begins at the intersection of Pulaski Street and West Hancock Avenue. The parade will end at City Hall, just north of the University of Georgia Arch. The parade is set for 7 p.m. on December 7th. Alex Bond is the Assistant Director of the Athens Clarke County Leisure Services Department. Bond has worked with the department for over 20 years. He says that when it comes to the application process, the department is looking for creativity over skill.
It's really funny. People this year have been asking us, when you're asking for a sketch, like, does it need to be professional? And we're saying no, like a first grade sketch would be fine, So it's fun. We want every community group to participate. We want every local business to participate. We really don't want any barriers to anybody to be in this.
The theme of this year's Parade of Lights is an art-filled holiday. The parade marshal is local artist Harold Rittenberry Jr., who has metal sculpture installations throughout the city of Athens, including this one behind me at the Athens Clarke County Library.
Again, we really have always had great success with people choosing to meet the theme, to rise to the theme, and just the creativity is great. And there are we actually do prizes, so they're like the best performance, there's judges, the best And they're broken into different categories, and the best float and the overall winner gets the mayor's award.
Applications accompanied by a $40 fee have a hard deadline of this Tuesday, November 7th at 5 p.m. All applications are submitted at accgov.com/parade. In Athens, for Grady Newsource, I'm Sailor Betts.
Thank you for tuning in tonight. I'm Olivia Potus with Grady Newsource.
During high school,